am. Hi.
Yeah, this whole thing is about right now, as long anticipated it was before. Used to work Homeland Security, 25% match from the county. And part of that is for new technology for the sheriffs.
Do we have internships? Was it an internship? Oh, you
I interned at the main CIH and I worked in various events.
It's now 3:30. I'd like to call the Human Resources Committee meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Okay, Commissioner Collins,
Here.
Commissioner Cross,
Excused.
Commissioner Dierzinski.
Here.
Commissioner Engel,
Here.
Commissioner Jager,
Excused.
Commissioner Longmire,
Present.
Commissioner Mahoney,
Here.
Commissioner Skolnick,
Here.
Commissioner Snyder,
Here.
Commissioner Wilkins. Here. Commissioner Plummer.
Here. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is approval of the minutes, March 6, 2012. Second. Moving to second, is there any discussion about the minutes, any changes, corrections? Seeing none, all in favor say yes.
Yes.
Opposed say no. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is public comment on any agenda item. Is there anybody who would like to speak on any agenda items? Please step forward. State your name, please.
Good afternoon, my name is Connie. The agenda items that I wanted to make comments on were with regard to Homeland Security monies with a 25% match. I believe that's part of the agenda this afternoon. I think
That's courts of public safety. That will be our next meeting.
And what is that?
This follows this one.
All right,
I just
so
went
I'm early?
first. You're a little bit. You're
Well,
fine though.
then,
We just
wisdom to all, and I hope things go well.
stick around.
I'll see you at the beginning of the next round.
Is there anybody else who would like to make public comment on an agenda item on the Human Resources Committee? If none, thank you. First item for consideration, HR 12/04-14.
Second.
I moved and seconded. Questions on the motion? Commissioner Longmire.
Will the decrease in beds affect the staffing out there? If it does, how long will it affect the staffing? Is there anybody lose a position out there?
No, actually, what's happening is that even though the beds are being reduced, the same staffing level needs to be kept because they're higher need people that are going into here. That's why they're going from 5 down to 4 beds. But the set staffing level stays the same. Actually, it's even slightly increasing, and that's the reason for the cost of $10,100. I'm Tom Bess, I'm finance supervisor in our house. Sorry about that.
Any other questions on the motion? Seeing none, all in favor say yes.
Yes.
Opposed say no. Motion carries. Next item, HR 12/04-15. It's authorized.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Questions on the motion? Seeing none, all in favor say yes.
Yes.
Opposed say no. Motion carries. Next item, HR 12/04-16. Authorized special compensation.
So moved.
For David.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded. Questions on the motion?
Other than
Commissioner Mahoney.
to thank Mr. Parman for his inner work. It went well.
Any other questions on the motion or discussion? I'd like to also thank him, and he saved us a lot of money, and I think this is very well due compensation for what he did, and he did a good job for us.
I would just agree.
Okay, all in favor say yes.
Yes.
Opposed say no. Motion carries. Next item, HR 12/04-17. Authorized Community Mental Health Service Chief Operating Officer to sign an amendment to the contract with Diversified Medical Staff. You?
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Questions on the motion? Commissioner Longmire.
Is this a company out of Grand Rapids? If so, were there any local in the county of Muskegon that could have done the same?
This is a company we already have contact with for nursing services. We're adding these community living support services, which are provided locally by many companies such as Pioneering Resources, Mocha. This is just to give us additional choice if a consumer so desires.
Any other questions on the motion? Thank you, Tom. Seeing none, all in favor say yes.
Yes.
Opposed say no. Motion carries. Next item, HR 12/04-18.
Second. And I have a question.
Motion made and seconded. Questions on the motion?
Yes.
Commissioner Wilkins.
Yes, I would like to ask Mr. Kraus a few questions. The first question is, what is the cost of this individual? Because if they didn't stay on, they would have to pay some money back if they weren't successful in the program. So what is the cost for them to take advantage of this?
Ken Krause, Public Health Director. It would roughly be around 50% of their pay for that period of time. What we've talked about is a decreasing amount as they work over the 2-year period of time. That they would be that the amount that they would owe back if they left early would have to be paid back.
Okay, and the second question that I had, who determines who will participate in the program? Because the director is not allowed to offer this opportunity to the employees, and they can't promote themselves. So who makes the determination as to who participates?
Well, it's sort of a joint process. There's another piece to this that this would be the local side of it. The state WIC program, first of all, has to agree to take the individual into the program. They take about 3 people who work in WIC programs from around the state right now, and they cover the cost of that training program. And they have, on their side, a similar agreement that you have to work, once you become registered, you have to work in WIC for 2 years or pay it back. So this would be the local side to say, on the local, on our part, the cost of your salary, because it's a very extensive training program, it's also a payback that goes to the health department in the county as well.
So the WIC department is the one that
The state, from our perspective, if there's somebody else, they would, in another department that wanted to take advantage of it, you'd have to meet the basic qualifications to get in and then be able to get into the program. But it's the first time, it's typically people have to go away to other communities and do this full-time for a year. Michigan State University and the WIC program have developed this that just became available in Muskegon a couple of years ago, that they have a part-time program where we can get people in and get them trained and provide services that we need for WIC participants.
Any other questions on the motion? Seeing none, all in favor say yes.
Yes.
All say no. Motion carries. Next item, consideration, HR 12/04-19. Repeal the animal.
Second.
Made and seconded. Questions on the motion? Seeing none, all in favor say yes.
Yes.
Opposed say no. Motion carries. Next item, HR 12/04-20. Scheme.
So moved.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Questions on the motion? Seeing none, all in favor say yes.
Yes.
Opposed say no. Motion carries. Next item, HR 12/04-21. Authorize Public Health Department to amend the business. Motion's been made and seconded. Questions on the motion? Seeing none, all in favor say yes.
Yes.
Opposed say no. Motion carries. Next Next item on the agenda, HR 12/04-22, approval. It's been made and seconded. Questions on the motion? Commissioner Collins.
Mr. Chairman, I've been meeting with a group to try to further the service to our community, and we've come to the agreement that, and on their behalf, I'd like to make a motion, or a friendly motion of that, that public health be open from 8 to 5.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to amend this to have public health open from 8 to 5. Questions on that motion? Commissioner Skolnick.
I'm just, I agree, I think they weren't, to be honest with you, I didn't know they weren't open, but I think that the health department should come back with a plan or suggestion, because from the look on the director's face, I think he's one-sided.
Our hours are 8 till 5.
There's a period for lunch hour from 12 to 1 where the majority of the departments are not open. Is that correct?
We have a number of programs that have all different kinds of hours. I mean, we've got some programs that are down in different. It sort of depends on the program that we're talking about. We've got some programs that start at noon. We've got, so it depends on the program, the funding, the requirements as to when the specific program is open, but the department is open 8 till 5.
So you can access all services at
No.
12 to 15?
There are some you can't, depending on the day. It would actually require a significant infusion of dollars to provide all the things for that period of time. But it sort of depends on which programs we're talking about, how that would.
Is there a receptionist somewhere out front that can explain if someone came on their lunch hour, what was when and so forth?
Actually, in the clinic area, the main area, they're closed down they take their lunch from 11 till 12. And then at 12 o'clock, that's when they open. There are other programs that are open at 11 o'clock that could go to another location. And so the administrative office would be available 11 o'clock. At 12 o'clock, the main sort of public information area is open each day.
I'll withdraw my second.
I'll withdraw my motion.
Back to the original motions. Any other questions on it? Seeing none, all in favor say yes.
Yes.
Opposed say no. Motion carries. Next item, old business, during old business. Old business coming for us. Any new business? Any new business? Seeing none, time on the agenda for public comment on a new topic. Anybody like to comment on a new topic? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. We are adjourned.